There we go. Welcome to another episode of
Fantasy Sports Teams Go!
Alright, we're back. And we're going to run through this pretty quickly because we got some stuff to talk about at the end per Ross's request.
Yes, sir.
So the first one on mine is my matchup against Patrick. Let's dig in. I got Derek Carr in right now because the Giants are a piece of shit football team.
That is true.
That's a pretty bold play, honestly.
Kirk Cousins
I don't like the Thursday plays.
I mean,
you know how I am.
I know you hate Thursday plays, but Derek Carr has no one to throw the ball to. That's a risky matchup, though.
Crabtree will be gone for suspension.
Cooper's injured.
Cooper's
He's
injured.
Cooper has a concussion,
and
he
sprained
sprained his
ankle,
ankle.
yeah.
He sprained his ankle on the play. He got the concussion.
It was like Sproles, but a little less serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sproul destroyed everything in his knee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still have some faith in my boy Carr. That was the first QB I drafted this year.
That's fair.
It's against the Giants. It's at home.
He didn't play that bad, even without Cooper and Crabtree against Denver,
it was
too.
alright, yeah.
And the thing is, with like those East Coast teams flying to the West Coast, they typically don't play as well. When they played the 49ers earlier in the year at San Francisco, they lost.
Called that.
You also don't have to worry about Eli Manning running up or winning the ball.
Yeah, so I've got some prime a field position game here with
there
Carr.
you go.
So
Geno Smith though, I don't know.
We'll see. I think
the Giants.
I think I saw something on Twitter the other day that the over/under on amount of touchdowns Geno Smith has is half. It's half a touchdown.
Will he throw a touchdown?
Basically.
Wait, does he have to throw or does he have to rush?
Or can he rush it too?
I'm not sure.
It's probably just
That's a
score
good question.
I don't get why you don't bet the over.
Yeah, he just scores once.
You're betting that Geno Smith can score one time. That
that defense is terrible. Oakland's defense is terrible.
Might do the under. He's going to be turning that ball over all day long.
Or if there's more odds for playing the under.
Maybe.
Matt Ryan, though.
Matt Ryan against Minnesota.
It's a tough game.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's been really good lately, though.
He has been. He's
gotten a lot better than at the beginning of the year.
And he's going to have Freeman back, too.
It's a top NFC playoff seeding game, for sure. I mean, but Minnesota has been wrecking people when it's coming to those.
True. They're on fire.
Running backs, I haven't made a decision yet on Ajayi, but Jordan Howard, San Francisco, dude.
Yeah.
Jordan Howard's a good play this week for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in the same sense, Ingram's been good consistently lately, but he does have a pretty tough matchup this week.
Carolina's got a good run defense.
Yeah,
and Kamara is splitting the carries there.
What division is that? NFC South? I feel like that division, whenever they play each other, either it's like super high scoring and like they're about to just like run points, or it's just nothing.
10-3. Yeah, basically.
So most of the time, the high scoring ones involve the Saints.
Well,
that's true.
I hope Kamara, but I think Ingram is a good play as well. They've been top running back options here. Ingram didn't really do it last week, but that's also because the Rams took the lead like super early. And when the Saints are losing, they're gonna play Kamara more than they do Ingram.
For sure.
But if they're winning, then they're gonna play Ingram because he can rush for like 8 yards or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wide receivers. Mike Evans is gonna get his boy eating W's.
Yeah, and Winston's coming back this week. That should be added value for Evans.
You would think.
Fitzpatrick wasn't really targeting him as much as Winston typily would. So.
No.
Landry also.
Landry's
been getting catches.
Machine.
Yeah.
He's the old. Him and Stills are the two most trustworthy receivers right now. Parker is getting kind of left in the dust after
he's
the Cutler injury, and Parker kind of.
Well, I think Cutler's coming back this week.
Yeah.
So maybe things change. I don't know. Tyreek Hill, he's been a little more consistent. He struggled to find that consistency early in the season, so it's good to see him putting up pretty decent numbers throughout the past few weeks. So we'll see if he can do it against the Jets.
And then also you're rolling with the two Giants boys without Eli.
Shepard's finally practicing. It's been a really long time. He's had a migraine for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know. He gets them pretty bad, I know. Do you have faith that Geno Smith will be able to give him the ball?
No. No, I have no faith in my Giants this week.
Wow.
None. Without Eli, it's going to be rough.
Looking at the receivers for Patty, though, Brown's been on a tear.
Brown has been unreal.
Oh,
lately.
yeah.
But I do not know if
Brown's a big time.
Roethlisberger can do it at Cincy. I feel like Roethlisberger, like, I still do not have faith in him. I'm just going to say, like, I do not have faith. I think he, like, the past 2 games he played at home, both prime time. Like,
Antonio Brown is a primetime player.
It's Monday night, too.
And every big game, Antonio Brown always shows up in, like, when the lights are on and, like, Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, he tears it up on those days.
I just don't see Roethlisberger having a good game.
I
think he might just because of Brown.
I think Cincy's just overrated. I mean, is this more so with Cincinnati, on the road, or
It is a division rival, so.
And
something.
Cincinnati, I always feel plays a little bit more dirty when it comes to the Steelers.
Perfect always plays dirty against the Steelers.
So
isn't it Perfect the one who hit Brown in that one?
He's the one who injured Bell.
He did a lot of things. Like every single time that they place the Steelers, he gets in trouble with something.
Yeah.
Like even a couple of years ago, he was the one that didn't he like run through the end of the tunnel after an interception or something and get fined the next day, and then he came back out arguing with someone.
I thought he was the one who hurt Bell that one year he tore his MCL. Because it was 2 years in a row, Le'Veon Bell got hurt against the Bengals. So,
yeah.
I mean,
the first one, though, I don't think was a dirty play. It was just kind of, he got hit out of bounds a little bit. It just landed weird.
I can see Brown having a good game, but I just don't.
I think he'll have a good game.
Yeah, I think Roethlisberger's going to have it interesting.
Brandon Cooks also.
He's
been really good.
He's kind of got that chemistry with Brady now.
Yeah, Brady has less guys that he has faith in right now. To throw the ball to him. Cooks is one of them that he does. So he's getting targets now for sure.
So
I don't really think Macklin's going to do anything.
No.
Against Detroit, I don't know.
It's against the Lions, man. Anything can happen against the Lions.
True.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really shut any of the Vikings receivers down, but...
No, dude, Thielen killed us.
Vikings receivers are probably...
Cowboys defense, dude, drop them.
Yeah, Thursday night game at home, primetime.
No.
We'll see.
Actually,
we'll see.
The Giants got 6 sacks on Thanksgiving.
Did they?
Yeah, they sacked Kirk Cousins 6 times.
Blown out.
I mean, our defense is very.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought you meant the Cowboys got 6 sacks.
No.
Oh, so you're saying Washington gives up a lot of sacks, though?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not that, but this will be 2 Thursday night football games in a row for
both teams.
It would be
for both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't really believe it, but I don't really think that's a good play. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I would definitely rather have the Eagles defense. They've
Me too.
been playing pretty well, so.
Oh wait, I do have them. All right. Who do you think wins, gents?
I think it's going to be a close game. I think Petty could put up points, but at the end of the day, I think you're going to pull out the win because of just general better management of your team. And
secondary players, you mean? Like the flex guys? The max
you're not starting.
Williams got a touchdown last week.
I don't believe in Williams, though.
It was his only catch.
James White's been phased out of the offense.
That is something we didn't talk about.
James White's been phased out of the offense. Cowboys D is a bad start. I think you just have more consistent. I think your floor is.
We've been saying this all year though, and I only got 4 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's been a weird season.
I'm done saying it. I'm going with Patty on this one. I'm sorry, but
no, I'm going Patrick too.
I just think
I got you.
The 3 guys the 3 guys that destroyed me when I played Patrick are all going to go off again. I think
Who
Ingram, Brown, and Cooks.
Yeah.
They combined for probably around 100 when they faced me. Just kind of like Ryan last week, who had 2 guys combined for 100 against me, and then the time before when Heather had like 3 guys combined for 120 against me. Yeah, it's been fun lately, guys.
We'll talk about your matchup in a little bit, Ryan. Okay, but we're gonna get to Brian and Kyle's next.
All right.
Battle of the Sunday night quarterbacks.
It is. Carson Wentz against Russell Wilson should be a good one.
Kyle just can't seem to not find a way to still maintain a chance. I don't know what's going on. Like, he keeps trying. He tried to sell. He gave up his good players, and he's still there. He still has that sliver of hope that he can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know how that is happening.
Yeah, I was talking to him a couple days ago. I was like, "You ready to get rid of that asterisk by winning this week and making the playoffs, bud?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat Brian."
There's no Garrett and Cotton to fall back on this time. Yeah, both. I would expect both quarterbacks to play pretty well.
I expect both. I mean, Wentz is going to tear up the Seattle.
Probably.
Whatever.
That
Seattle's
defense
defense is done now.
Yeah.
They lost too many pieces.
Yep.
But Wilson is going to. If the Seahawks make like the playoffs, Wilson has to have some kind of talk for like offensive player of the year. Like, it's amazing. Like he leads the team in like rushing and like everything.
He's doing everything really.
They have no one on. Like, they have no running game. They have a weak pass protection. They have some good receivers, but they have no running backs. Like, he's basically doing it by himself.
Yeah.
Running backs, I would say Brian clearly has the advantage here.
Peterson.
Given the matchup with Hunt against the Jets.
Hunt's been.
Kamara might have some problems with Carolina.
I actually at this point feel more confident in Kamara than I do Hunt.
Do you really?
By far, I think.
Hunt's
Really?
been very underwhelming, dude.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think,
And
just
Kamara-
Kansas City struggling
Well,
as well.
Kansas
I'd say the top
Yeah.
two running backs in football since getting rid of Peterson are both of the Saints guys.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah, I would
Look at the
agree.
points.
Crazy.
So, I mean, who would be better, Ty Gurley?
But Ty Gurley had so
Maybe.
many points before that.
Yeah.
I think they still have more than him
Yeah.
throughout the
Hunt
stretch.
actually hasn't scored a touchdown since week 3.
I know.
You can believe that.
Kind of crazy.
It's been a very long time.
They.
I don't know. I feel like Hunt might have a pretty good game.
I'm hoping that, like, Andy Reid could be, like, literally, like, maybe we should rush the ball more than 5 times before the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's injured. I don't know.
The whole offense is struggling a lot recently.
On the other side, Peterson, I don't think he's going to really have anything. Blaine Gabbert,
If he plays, he's
Yeah.
not
Yeah, he
practicing
didn't
right now.
practice. P. Ryan, I wouldn't be worried about.
I'm not really worried about him, but he's had 2 good games in a
He
row.
does run the ball pretty well. If they really push to try to get a good run game going, then he could get a score in a few yards, I would say, probably like 67.
I feel like where he's projected at with 15 points is.
That's way too high.
I feel like that's the ceiling.
Yeah, I would say that if he has a good game, that's what he would get.
But I don't see it happening.
Probably
No,
not.
no,
not that
absolutely not.
good.
No, I don't either. Wide receivers, I would say Brian has another clear advantage.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that Kyle's playing Galladay still. I mean, I'm glad he's playing him because he traded a 7th-round draft pick for the guy, but.
I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of great options now anyway after getting rid of Green.
I know he got rid of AJ. He's sold off most of his team, but I don't know.
He's still got some guys in there that could put up some points, though. That's his saving grace. He's got some guys who could have decent games.
I mean, and Matthews isn't practicing. Funchess isn't practicing. Jeffrey's only limited at practice, but
A lot of injuries for.
I would say even if they're healthy, Julio is good. Baldwin is good. Stephon Diggs has kind of fallen off a little bit with Thielen being a beast.
Yeah.
But I would still play him.
I can't afford not. I have to play Diggs, and honestly.
Brian picked up a new tight end again. See you.
Oh,
Charles
How
Clay.
he goes this week.
Clay's been.
You had him at the beginning of the year, right?
yeah, and I liked him.
Until he got hurt.
In all honesty, though, but if Greg Golson's coming out and he's playing healthy, I might play him still because they held him out precautionary.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, he could have went back in, but they're like, no, just relax. So I think I would play Olsen because New England's defense has been really good. And that's just how it is. And Buffalo has been very underwhelming.
Yeah.
So I would rather kind of play Greg Olsen in the NFC South
Yeah.
potential shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Any possibility of Jordy Nelson returning to your lineup anytime soon?
Rodgers was
Or
throwing 30 yards.
Are you giving up on?
Rodgers was throwing 30 yards the other day.
If Rodgers does come back,
If Rodgers
during
comes-
the stretch run, would you consider playing him
Yes.
again?
If Rodgers came back week 15, I feel like it's almost poetic that Jordy scores a touchdown the same game Rodgers comes back.
Because he's made from him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So essentially Jordy, but I would put him back in my lineup, and I would probably start him with confidence. If he came back week 15 in the playoffs, I'd be like, yeah, I can play him. Flex wise, I think Funchess has more upside than Juju, because I don't really believe in Roethlisberger, like how I said, but I don't really believe a lot of the other players on my team are going to do a lot more.
Okay.
I think the highest upside for Kyle is Delaney Walker against Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a big game.
Yeah, only
Titans been such a terrible thing for me this year.
What's that?
The Titans been terrible for me this year.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't draft one until like the 22nd round of the draft, so. But I picked up Ingram, so that helped. Alright, who is going to win? Ryan.
I think it's pretty clear that Brian's team's better here. I'm going to go with Brian.
Shots fired at Kyle.
Kyle sold off his team. It's
I know.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. He played for next year.
No,
He's going to get what he wants. A high pick.
Hopefully he uses it correctly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Trust the process.
That's what he told me on our phone call the other day.
What, trust the process?
Told me trust the process.
Oh, yeah, I think we're going to have a clean sweep here because I think we all know who Brian's going to pick.
It's been the same like almost all year.
Yeah, yeah, Brian's going to win.
Sometimes all you just need is some confidence, right?
Yep.
Yep. Start of the week.
Oh.
The start of the week. One sec, let me look at my team. It's usually on my team.
You want a sleeper?
No, it'll probably be someone who's facing me like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he was playing it. Oh, well,
Start
next
of the week is Alex Collins
Oh, yeah?
I could see that.
against the Lions.
Start of the week is Robbie Anderson.
There it is.
Well,
Got 2 touchdowns last week.
He'll get 3 this week.
He's been good. Speaking of, we're going to do that one next because that was the next one on my thing.
Alrighty.
Is Ryan against Tyler.
Fun times.
Fun times. Jared Goff. Rolling with Goff this week, huh?
Yeah. Right now I got Goff in the lineup.
If Cam Newton practices in full and he's going to play, would you switch?
Cam's been pretty good consistent lately. Like he hasn't done amazing, but he's been solidly getting around 20.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this could be one of the weeks that Goff kind of has a really good game, so I'm going with him, I think.
All right. Phillip Rivers on the other side.
And also, if he throws stuff to Gurley, I kind of don't want
That's true.
that to kind of get out of hand.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Gurley was the one who destroyed me when I faced Tyler the first time. He put up like 38 on me on that Thursday night game.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
That where they were facing San Fran. He
Yep.
scored 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah.
Rivers has an intriguing matchup, but I think the Browns win that game.
That's the team they beat last year, right?
That's the
Yeah,
team they
it
beat
is.
last year. They beat the Chargers. I think the Browns do it
But
again.
this time it's at Los Angeles.
I think they do it again.
I don't think they win, but I don't think
I don't
they're-
think they
I don't
win
think
either.
I don't think LA's gonna have as good of a game.
I think the Chargers are too good of a team to let Cleveland beat them again.
That'd be so funny.
It would be funny, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. The Chargers are a different team. Running backs, got Freeman for you, Ryan. He's
Yeah.
coming back, so that's always
Getting
good.
him back, which is nice. It's a tough matchup, I guess, but it's better than nothing, right?
Jamal Williams, dude, he looked great the other night.
I mean, as long as he's gonna get touches, he's gonna put up decent points. Like if he's
Yeah.
the only guy they're gonna give the ball to at running back. So as long as
Mhm.
Montgomery doesn't play and Jones doesn't play, he'll be in my lineup.
I don't think Montgomery or Jones are going to play this week, so
And Tampa's defense has been really bad too
yes,
lately.
it has.
So
Yes, it has.
Yeah. I think all you have to worry about running back wise is obviously Gurley, but other than that, your running backs are better.
Duke Johnson's been pretty good,
He has
man.
been good. He scored the last time I faced him too, I think. So
He's got double digits in 4 of the last 5. So, I mean, he's a PPR god. That's what it's like.
Essentially
But
a wide receiver.
he basically is at this
yeah,
point.
basically.
Yeah. Wide receiver, speaking of, got T.Y., Beasley, and Anderson for Tyler.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this isn't one of the weeks that T.Y. goes off. He's facing a tough passing defense, so hopefully that'll be in my favor.
When you played Jacksonville earlier in the year, all he had was 2 catches for 27 yards.
Well, I mean, yeah, statistically, A.J. Boy and Jalen Ramsey, neither of them have given up a touchdown yet this year.
They're beasts.
That's pretty insane.
Mhm.
So, in a passing league like this, so
Mhm.
hopefully that continues.
What about Beasley? You got any worries about him? He's like sneakily kind of.
The games that he has good games, he'll have like 3 catches for 2 touchdowns. So as
Yeah.
long as he doesn't get a touchdown, I'll be good.
And then Robbie Anderson against Kansas City. I don't
Start of the week.
Yeah, that's according
Yeah,
to Brian.
honestly, he could be a really good play. Kansas City's pass defense has been pretty bad lately,
Yep.
and Anderson's been really good lately. He scored in 5 straight games, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Has he really?
Yeah, like I think he has 6 touchdowns in 5 games.
1, 2. Yep.
So,
Yep. Your math is correct there.
NA math.
Math. But for you, Hopkins, he's been a beast.
Hopkins
So
is
that's-
good, dude.
that's-
Yeah,
Guaranteed, like,
they were
15 points
covering
at
him
least.
like crazy on Monday night, like double covering him the whole time. He still had 7 for 125.
Yeah.
Crowder's a good start.
He was good last time. He left the game with an injury, but hopefully he does well again,
He has to pretty much take over the Chris Thompson role.
which is good for me. So,
Yeah.
because Chris Thompson was getting a lot of catches.
Is there any fear with Coleman?
With Josh Gordon.
With Josh Gordon coming back?
No, I think that might actually even help him. Honestly, like Coleman was the only guy that I really think that they could count on throwing the ball. Now
Didn't he almost score
Now they have
last week?
Yeah, he dropped a pass wide open in the end zone, like
What a bum.
wide open. So that actually could have been a big difference maker for me last week. But I don't know. He still in the last 2 weeks he's combined for 20 targets. So it might decrease a little, but he'll still probably get like 7 to 8 targets this week. I'm guessing, as long as they're still losing.
Tight end, you have the advantage.
I would think so. But Kelsey didn't have the greatest game last week, but I would expect him to bounce back against the
He'll
Jets.
do all right, and he's the best tight end in fantasy, so I wouldn't worry about that. McKinnon against Tariq Cohen, kind of interesting.
Yeah, the flex has 2
Two speedsters at running
speed
back.
catching backs, like
Yeah.
2, PPR machine backs. So hopefully, I don't know. Cohen, I think might actually have a pretty good game. San Fran's defense against running backs out of the backfield catching
Yeah.
the ball is really bad. So
It's really, really bad. Like, I think that was the game that Zeke had like 40 points or
yeah,
whatever.
it was against me. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think you're gonna have a little more positivity in your life now, because I think you're gonna win.
I certainly needed to make the playoffs. If I win this game, I'll be in for sure. But if I lose, there's still a
I think-
chance I could not make it.
And you get 100% guaranteed.
Actually, when looked at head-to-head, I looked into it. I have to, if I lose to Tyler, and then Luke beats Ross, and Autumn beats Zach, and whoever wins out of Vaughn and Patrick, those 4 teams would all pass me.
Wow.
So that's the only way I can not make playoffs.
Week 13, dude.
I know. Looking at all the scenarios. So I'm counting on you, Ross, and I'm counting on you, Zach, to see me through if I don't win against Tyler.
I think you win. I'm just going to say,
You're not gonna have to worry about that tiebreaker.
I think you win. I think you have the higher floor. Golf's going to have a good game. I think Hopkins and Crowder are going to do good for you, and Kelsey.
I'm also going to go with me this time. I know I've had really bad luck recently, but hopefully that turns around this week and I can squeak in there, get that last seed, maybe make a run in the playoffs for no reason. Maybe all the luck just kind of piles on from this point on, and I'm just like magic run, like the
Snowball
like
effect.
the
just
Giants.
keeps going. Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe. All right. Moving on to Ross and Luke.
So we got
Big Ben against Andy Dalton. Monday night quarterback matchup.
that's interesting actually. It probably won't be a done match until Monday night then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
not.
I mean,
Although, I don't know. Who knows?
well, he also has AJ Green going Monday night, too, so that would be...
That also does cancel out some of the points, which is nice.
yeah. I
Yeah,
can't
Ross
believe
has
you've
the
just
upper hand
started...
there.
can't believe you started Andy Dalton for so long.
Hey, I offered Luke Derek Carr and Mike Evans for a 3rd-round pick, and he declined it because he said, quote, "I like Andy Dalton." And I said, Luke, those words have never been uttered in the same sentence before.
Andy Will Dalton's mom never even said that.
Dude, Andy Dalton, 2 years ago, Andy Dalton cost me the playoff game when he tore the ligament in his thumb.
Oh, yeah, I remember
He
that.
cost me the game.
I remember that.
And I remember thinking I could have started Ryan Fitzpatrick and I would have won. And how awful does that sound?
That does sound pretty bad. You're going to regret it, Luke. Running backs. Leonard Fournette against Indy. That should be pretty good. And then Gordon against Cleveland. Those are like the 2 best matchups you could possibly ask for.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Like, Ross's team, it looks like an all-star team at this point. He's got guys all over the board who probably will be in the Pro Bowl. So
Yeah. He
at least 5, like good realistic.
He traded the bank to get all these guys.
He did what he had to do to put himself in a position, and
He wants the title.
He wants the title. If he succeeds, I'm all in favor of saying good for you. Like you
deserved it.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
You put your best.
Yeah.
You put your foot forward, and you made the moves needed. If you lose, then it's funny.
In your face. Yeah.
It's funny. But I still say good for you for at least making the impact.
Going for it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't go for it like he is.
Yeah.
They just kind of like sit there and go, "Well, I just lost." I was like, "Well, dude, like, you could have like tried making a trade. You could have tried.
Gotta take some risks.
You gotta take a risk. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit, dude." But
my life motto right there. Latavius Murray and Hyde. I wouldn't be very worried about that. Murray doesn't have that great of a matchup, and
Chicago's been pretty good indeed.
Honestly, I think they're both gonna have good games.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes you say that.
Just have a feeling that both of them are gonna put up at least a touchdown in like 60, 70 yards. I could see them both easily getting double-digit points.
Chances of Jimmy Garoppolo throwing a touchdown pass to the outside.
I wouldn't say it's very.
I wouldn't say that great. I don't think Hyde's that great out of the backfield. I mean, he's okay, but I would say he has a better chance of running one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see it this week for those guys.
I think receiver is where Ross just completely takes over.
Receiver. Yeah, I mean, Cooper Kupp's been picking it up lately.
Robert
AJ
Woods is in there, dude.
Yeah, without Robert Woods in the lineup, Kupp and even Watkins is not even a bad play because he gets targets. When Robert Woods is in, then it moves Watkins.
Everything kind of just exactly. But then AJ, I mean, that's always a good play. And then Michael Thomas. How's Thomas been lately? Has he been all right?
Last week was his first kind of mediocre week in a while.
10 points still. I mean, that's
He's been pretty consistent.
He's been very consistent this year.
Touchdowns aren't there, which means he's over
got
for
2.
touchdowns.
Exactly. Even without the touchdowns, he's still having a good year. So once he gets them, possibly in the playoffs, it might put him over the edge.
Yeah.
Surprising. Emmanuel Sanders against Miami. That looks like a pretty good matchup if he ends up playing.
Yeah, I would say.
He ended up practicing fully today.
I'd say it's the best of his 3 receivers.
Yeah, because Cobb, again, I mean, it's against Tampa Bay, so who knows? Maybe Hundley throws him a few,
Goodwin can get a touchdown.
but
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
got a better quarterback throwing on the ball now, and he's pretty much the only target
He's super fast.
he is really fast.
So, tight end, it's kind of an even matchup.
Gronk versus Ertz.
Yeah, you don't say that normally with these
Right.
guys, like with Luke's team or with Ross's team, but they both are so good that, I don't know, it might be a little bit of a wash.
Now, I would even say that the flex is kind of a wash, too, just because Collins' matchup against Detroit and then McCaffrey, just the PPR.
That's my dad's star of the week.
Yeah.
Alex Collins.
Yeah, the only difference is I think McCaffrey's points are easy points. Collins' points, he has to have a good game to have that. Like, that's the reason McCaffrey's so good in fantasy is because all these little catches that he gets, in his bad games, he still gets like 10 points. They're easy.
I think Collins will get at least 1 touchdown. The Lions' rushing defense has been so bad. It's been horrible. So I don't see it getting magically better on the road at Baltimore.
I mean, they might get a little bit more of a pass rush with Freeney on a couple plays, but the run defense is going to be really bad.
I think this is kind of interesting, the defensive matchup, Ravens v. Lions as well.
That is interesting. I think I would give the lead to Ross there, honestly, because the Lions defense has been pretty bad lately.
Yeah, I mean, predictions, Ross is going to win, I think, kind of easily. I don't really see Luke putting up all that many points. I think Collins will have a good game.
Jesus, the Ravens
But-
have had a cupcake schedule
But,
like all year, man. Like,
Have they?
yeah, even going into the playoffs.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they don't face that many good teams in their division.
Now their division sucks.
Yeah. So.
The best quarterback I think they played has been Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
That's the best quarterback the Ravens have played. They played Deshaun Kaiser twice. They played. I don't know if Mariota played that game. I don't know if that's the game Mariota got injured when they played against Tennessee. I think they played against Matt Moore. That's when they shut him out.
Oh yeah, the 40-0.
Yeah, like Ravens D has been putting up points, and even going into the playoffs, they don't really have much. They play at Cleveland, and they play in the they haven't played a really good quarterback all year.
Good matchups. He's got a. It was a good decision to pick up or to have the Ravens defense in because he knows that they face bad teams.
Ross is going to win this game.
I'm gonna go with Ross also. So don't let me down, buddy.
Don't let us down. Alright, next matchup is John versus Heather.
All right, John and Heather.
Existence is pain.
Sometimes it really is. Sometimes it really is.
Especially when you're starting Jacoby Brissett against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I
I'd say
mean,
that's pretty painful.
he might. I don't know.
I think he's going to make a move again.
I think he should.
I think he should
I think honestly, I think he'd be better off picking up the guy he had to start the year.
Personally, I think he should
Who's
play.
Winston.
Personally, I think
Maybe.
he should play Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's also another.
That would be a pretty solid play.
Like, you try to make it into the playoffs here, like,
Garoppolo versus Tom Brady. Oh my god.
Rich gets to get the
It
biscuit.
has to happen.
But yeah, I mean, Brady is going to play even though he's not practicing.
Yeah.
Avocado toast, avocado ice cream, all that jazz.
Yep.
He's going to play, and
He's
he's
playing.
going to
and
throw
he's
3
gonna ball.
touchdowns.
Yep. Exactly. Running backs.
I mean,
Le'Veon Bell is good.
yeah. Le'Veon Bell is
He-
good.
He is
Well put, Vaughn. Le'Veon Bell is good.
he is good at the football game.
He's good at running and things.
To
Yeah.
be fair, it's not that big of a difference, I think, in terms of the two running backs, because McCoy's pretty good, and Lewis has been better than I'd say Miller has lately.
Lewis has been taking over
So,
in New England.
Yeah, I think Lewis will have a pretty good game. But yeah, if you're looking at running backs here, I think Bell's obviously the best of them.
yeah.
But
sure.
I'm still not really sold on the Texans now that Watson's out.
Yeah.
Savage
He's terrible.
is going to
He's
implode.
so bad.
If that- like he's
He's
not.
so bad. It actually baffles me that team is even able to score any points with him at quarterback.
Yeah.
Because with Watson, they'd be dominating right now.
Yeah, they would. You sure would. Receivers. More than a Thielen.
But,
Thielen is the best route runner in football.
wow,
He is. Watching his routes, no corner can cover him.
he's good, dude. That boy good.
He
Boy,
is good.
Adams has now stepped up to being a
He's at number one. He's ahead of Jordy right now.
yeah.
On the depth
He's
chart.
always
I'd
been a
say.
better wide receiver.
Heather's wide receivers have like quietly just became really good. Like
Yeah.
Even
Back then.
Aguilar has been consistently a
She could-
decent target for
she-
touchdowns.
she could make a run in the playoffs. She's had 2 weeks consistently putting up 150 points.
She could.
Now she has
easily.
Coleman going back down to a lesser role, but he's still a good play even without being the full-time starter there.
Oh yeah, PPR. That's.
But on the other
Still a
side,
good play.
Keenan Allen has been insane lately.
Oh my God, he's going up against Cleveland.
Oh my gosh.
So many.
That touchdown
points.
against Dallas was so nice. I was watching that, I was like, oh my god.
I didn't get to see that one.
Oh, it was sweet. He made like 6 people miss.
I gotta go back and watch that.
Dez has been he's had a very bad year.
That whole offense is based around one player, and that one player is suspended right
Exactly.
now, and that's why they're all struggling.
It is.
Sounds like another team, and
I can't quite put my Green Bay.
Oh! It's weird when you, like, make your team run around one player.
This is
Yeah.
also the matchup that Des Bryant looks towards. The one-on-one versus Norman. All the commercials point towards it. And
Yeah.
Normally, I would say Norman outplays Bryant, so I don't expect that to change.
No, I don't think Bryant's gonna have a good game.
But
tonight.
if Cooper Rush comes in the play,
Cooper Bash!
Then they would base their team around one player again.
and they win?
Oh my God, Cooper is that one player.
They should put him at running back.
That'd be a disaster. Larry against LA.
He did have a good game, dude. It's just,
Yeah.
Maybe.
If LA scores a lot,
I don't know.
then I think.
I kind of see this
being.
being a lower scoring game, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think Arizona sticks around in this one.
Blaine
It
Gabbert,
wouldn't
dude.
shock me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they've been playing a little better lately. So I wouldn't be surprised, even if they win this game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Which tight end do you guys like better?
Jared Cook.
Yeah, I like Jared Cook better too. He's
No
been-
Crabtree, no
yeah,
Cooper.
with
and he's going
the
against
lack
the
of
Giants.
receivers.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep. That's why.
Like,
You beat me to it.
that's essentially it, dude. It's not saying Hunter Henry has a good matchup as well.
Yeah,
It's
Cleveland. Yeah.
I agree.
I think
I'm
that's
with you.
Cool. All right. Who wins?
I think Heather just kind of keeps it up. I think she goes into the playoffs tied for the best record for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think Heather wins too.
Oh, you say it, dude. Say what's on your mind. Do it.
Oh.
John's gonna win
That's still horrible.
because it's not. It's because of the defense. John is going to win because the Jaguars are going to have 2 touchdowns defensively.
Oh.
It'll happen.
Those are the kind of
they
predictions
have those
that I
kind
like.
of games, and and they're facing Indianapolis this week. It's going to happen.
But it's going to be against John's own quarterback.
No, because he's going to pick up a different one.
No, it's
Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right, last matchup we got tonight is Autumn against Zach, the in-house rivalry.
You gotta watch that game.
Yep.
You gotta watch that
This is
matchup here.
a really interesting matchup.
This is a very interesting matchup. We got Frat Stafford against Drew Brees. I probably wouldn't play Drew Brees. That's just me.
Over Smith.
Over Smith.
Smith has been struggling a bit.
He's been
recently,
struggling, but I think they're going to get it together.
The
this week.
MVP for Smith days are officially dead.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's all that Wentz hype train now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
In Case Keenum.
Yeah, and Case Keenum too
I
somehow.
still think Brady's in there too.
Brady will be in there like every year until he retires, but
He's like almost at like a LeBron status now. Like his number, like
exactly.
He's so good that they don't consider him really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's still putting up like these crazy numbers.
If it really was most valuable player every year, LeBron would win every year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't have
Just
been-
like Brady should win
Yeah.
every year.
So-
But that would be boring. No one
to
wants
take
that.
to take the
I want that.
Well, I think it was Greg Jennings who said it. Don't quote me, but he said if Jimmy Garoppolo was putting up the same numbers as Brady this entire season, would we be talking about Jimmy G as
As
as,
MVP.
Probably.
as an MVP race?
Oh yeah. No, we
So
agree.
that's just the thing. Like Brady's doing it. It's just,
Context matters.
yeah.
Yep. That's it.
But at the end of the
Uh,
day, Stafford does have a bad matchup.
Yeah, I don't think Stafford's gonna
Baltimore
play
is
well.
one of the toughest teams to pass against in football.
They've got some good defensive players, and I don't think
And they have
the-
a good defensive scheme too. Like the whole defense plays together well.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think the Lions might get blown out in this game.
That's scary, man.
I think they might get blown out.
I think they're gonna get blown out.
Yeah.
That's
Just because
scary.
of the run game that Baltimore has, the lack of the rushing defense that the Lions have, and the fact that everyone's a little banged up on the Lions, I think this could be a blowout. There's that chance.
I don't know
that
if
it
I would
could
say
be.
blowout just because if a Tom Savage-led team can take the Ravens on a Monday night game at their place to being close in the fourth quarter, the Lions can't too. That's my gut. Like
We'll
feeling.
see. The Lions don't have a pass rush. That's the one thing that Houston did have.
Yeah.
Limited Flacco to do, just launch the deep balls. All he really does. I don't know. I think the Ravens will play well. This could be a blowout.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
Running backs. Lynch has been picking it up lately, and he's probably going to have to be relied upon with everything
Yeah.
that we've been talking about Oakland.
Yeah,
And
probably a
then
pretty good game, honestly.
Frank Gore, I don't really see a whole lot there.
It's against a tougher defense, but he's been pretty decent though.
That's his entire career.
Like he's well.
Yeah.
There was a point when he was like a star though.
Yeah.
Like early on in the 49ers, he was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since he's got old, he's still been decent, like pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I mean, I definitely trust him
That's
more
been
than
okay.
Williams on Miami, who's not practicing and probably won't play.
And I'm not really that sold on Murray.
I think Murray actually has a pretty good game this
Think
week.
so?
I think
He's been
so.
scoring a lot recently, actually.
I think he has a pretty good game against Houston.
He hasn't been putting up the yards people expected, but he's still been putting up the touchdowns.
He's putting up the touchdowns, yep. Oh, wide receivers. He's got 2 Lions, and I don't think those are good plays. Although Marvin Jones has been really, really good. Golden Tate, I would not play.
Was insane.
That was such a nice touchdown he had.
Tate has been a little bit invisible recently.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
he's definitely dropped off since Chicago.
Yeah, well, he always
Even
kind
before
of,
that.
he always kind of disappears in the game at Chicago, but like ever since then, it's gotten a little bit worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I definitely would not play Golden Tate. Kenny Stills, like we were talking about earlier, against Denver. That could be a pretty good play.
Depends on which quarterback's playing.
But yeah, I mean, if Cutler's going to end up playing, then...
Then Stills has no value.
yeah, basically.
Stills only has value with more.
Play Sammy Watkins.
Okay, Deshaun Jackson has no value right now at all, I don't think.
Even if Winston comes back this week and plays against
He hasn't even
Green
been that
Bay
good
defense
that
who
year.
hasn't been very good.
No, I mean, let's
Would you
look
rather play Watkins?
I would. Oh yeah, for sure.
I would play Watkins.
I would rather play Watkins over Jackson. I mean, I guess that's just me, but I don't know. I don't see Jackson as
I mean,
a reliable
I
wide
could see
receiver
playing
right now.
Watkins over Jackson. I just don't know if I would.
Yeah,
You know, I think they're close.
yeah. No, it is close. Paul Richardson's been pretty good though.
Yeah.
I would definitely play him.
But it is tough to do the pass against, though. You'd think that they would do something, but I see it more being a bigger game for like Jimmy Graham than I do like the receivers, other than maybe Baldwin.
Jimmy Graham's been so good.
Maybe I'm like biased because I need Russell Wilson to have a good game, but I feel like when it comes up against these tough defenses, most of the time they haven't played like a scrambling quarterback, like how Russell Wilson is, and so they're used to playing people that stay in the pocket. Wilson can do that, but he also does so much on his feet too,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I think the game's going to go
have to be
different.
able to run.
Yeah.
The Eagles' pass rush is insane.
Yeah, so I think
Dude, Schwartz is such a good coordinator. Like, he was the reason our defense was like putting on that much pressure, and he was our coach there.
yeah.
It's unfortunate he couldn't like actually make decisions as a coach, but he's definitely one of the best defensive coordinators in the league.
I would agree with that.
I think the Seahawks will be able to move the ball even on that tough defense, and even when they play Jacksonville next week, I think the Seahawks would still be able to do something. Don't worry, I definitely have thought about Russell Wilson in the first round of the playoffs against Jacksonville and how nervous that makes me, but I think Russell Wilson, I think the team itself is able to do something because they need Russell Wilson to do it.
They do.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do something, then they'll
Yeah.
just get blown out.
But even if they get blown out, then Russell Wilson's going to be in there
Yeah.
to do something.
I think he'll have a decent game. I just don't think it'll be great. I think the Eagles will probably win handily.
Yeah, probably.
We're looking at winners.
Yeah.
She's got both tight ends in there
Oh, yeah.
again. When both of them have been playing well, so
They have been, both of them.
Doyle's been one of the best tight ends in football probably the last 5 weeks. So
Yeah, I was actually looking up stats earlier. Doyle's the 6th best fantasy tight end this year. Surprising.
honestly, her season kind of changed when Doyle kind of broke out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And then Jimmy Graham kind of like got better as well.
resurrected, and then even Lynch kind of started playing a little better recently.
Yeah. Yep. Demarius?
Demarius, it's against a bad defense. He could have a decent game. It's the quarterback's an issue though. You don't know who's ever going to play and how well they're going to play.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably put Demarius in over Golden Tate and then switch Tate out for somebody. I don't know. Decision is decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't have to make that one. All right, who do we think wins?
Well, we already know who you think.
I've been saying it all along. Autumn will run the table and make the playoffs.
Autumn to the playoffs.
On to the playoffs, dude.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Autumn just because I don't think Zach's Lions are gonna have good games.
I think Autumn wins because of Jimmy Graham.
Well, it looks like we gave her the kiss of death.
She's gonna get whooped now.
All right.
All right. Well, the final thing we have to talk about tonight is what Ross wanted us to talk about. We discussed this for a little while before the podcast. Brian, we wrote all this down for you, so hopefully this is
Yeah, hopefully
easily,
I can,
attainable.
Ross wanted us to discuss a few of the rules for regarding next year and draft order and keepers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So these aren't the rules like guaranteed that we're coming up with.
This is just what we're
This is
proposing.
our best opinion is the three of us came up with
yeah.
Mhm.
that we believe would be the best for the league, and Ross is going to take it from there.
So this is what our idea is, and should I even type this out too and put it in the league page, or
Yeah, no, that's fine.
that's fine?
I mean,
in
I
case-
would say at least we could give it to Ross so he could read it over and not have to just
Yeah.
listen, because it's easier to
Actually, I'll make a Ross
just
type it. That'd be
understand it.
easier.
Message it
Yeah.
to Ross, yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing was draft order, and so first off, picks 1 through 4 go to the teams that are 12 through 9, the teams that are
Right.
making it to the playoffs in reverse order.
Yes.
So that could be determined this week, the first 4 picks.
Right.
Everything else for the picks from 5 through 12 is in playoff reverse order, retroactive to where they are eliminated. So, for example, if Ross and Heather get eliminated in the first round, that they would be going for picks 5 through 8 with everyone else that lost in the first round.
4 teams will lose in the first round. Those 4 teams will be picks 5 through 8, but it'll be determined based on their record for the regular season, and then the tiebreakers.
And then if there are any tiebreakers, it would be head to head. And then if it goes past that, it would be points forced.
Yep. And
with the ones with the worst being the better picks.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and that goes on to the second round, and the second round will be 9 to 10, and if it's tiebreakers, we do the same exact thing, and then the finals will be the picks 11 to 12.
Yep.
Whoever wins the championship gets the last pick.
Yep.
So that's our idea for the draft order, and the second will be keepers. So you keep up to 2 players per year. They are kept where they were drafted. So even if you pick a player off the waiver wire, you trade a player, you get anybody who was drafted in the previous draft, they are kept in that same exact spot. That's just a rule. So David Johnson is kept
You
in the
can only
first
keep
round.
them one time.
Yep. And if you pick a player up from free agency, they'll be used as your last pick in the draft.
Yes.
If you have 2 players that you're trying to keep and they're both in the same round, let's say you want to keep 2 players from the free agency, you have to make the decision which one's going to be round 15 and which one's going to be round 16. If it's, you have 2 players within round 7, 1 player will have to be taken up as a round 6. So it always has to be a higher round pick that you'll be giving up if you're keeping 2 players within the same round.
Unless you have multiple picks in that round
Yeah, that's correct.
that you made a trade for.
If players are drafted in the first round, they can only be kept for 1 year. And so we kind of thought if you want to keep a player, let's say for, a 3rd year, then where they were the first year that you kept them going into the 3rd year, it's half the draft order, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So, for example, I'm planning on keeping Alvin Kamara, and he's going to be my 16th pick. If I want to keep him 2 years in a row, the second year that I keep him will be in the 8th round, because that's half the draft. And if I want to keep him the last if I want to keep him another year after, then that'll be my first round draft pick.
Yes.
And
Anyone you keep more than the 2 years would have to be a first round draft pick that you keep them at.
Yeah. So that way, the max that you can have a player on your team would be 4 years.
3 years if you didn't. Well, yes, 3 years unless they were already higher up on the draft list.
Yeah.
Yep, and if it ends up being a 7th round pick, then you would cut it in half to like 3.5, and then you would just go down. You'd go to a
So
third,
the third
round
round
pick.
pick.
Yeah.
It always gets moved higher.
Additionally, first round picks will only be able to be kept for 1 season, like Brian said. That way, teams that do well with a solid first round player wouldn't have the option to keep just having them over and over like a dynasty system.
Yeah.
It allows other people to have a chance to
Yeah.
have the top tier players while also giving people a reason to find the tier lower gems in like free agency or undrafted rookies that break out. You'll want to find them because it'll give you added value for the next couple of years before you have to use a first round pick to keep them.
Mm-hmm. And I would argue if you are going to try keeping someone for the first round draft pick after you already have them and they're going to be a first round draft pick again, like how Vaughn said it when we were talking about it earlier, you have the chance to potentially draft them again.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing
Yeah.
stopping you from
Exactly.
drafting again.
Yeah.
They just can't be protected.
You just can't keep them. So if they after you keep them, you can still draft them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they're off limits from the draft or trading or anything like that.
Yep.
So, and one more thing, going back to the draft order, we forgot to put this down on the paper. There's like a 5th round game after you lose in the playoffs, and then there's a 3rd round game. Just disregard those for the draft order. Those don't matter at all.
Regarding
the
the
draft
draft
order is, for our proposal here.
Our proposal would be it's retroactive to where you get eliminated. So
Yes.
once you're eliminated,
Once
then,
you're
then your
eliminated-
draft order is set.
Yeah.
Everything after that, go ahead, play it. Try to get that 3rd, 5th, 6th
that
spot
feels better for you.
if that's what you
Yeah,
want.
I mean, at that point, yeah,
It's
you
just
can
for
play.
pride.
Yeah, it's
talk,
really
talk some shit to your friends. You know,
It-
it's good stuff, but
wouldn't really
it would
matter. a
have
whole
nothing
lot.
to do with the
Yeah.
draft order.
Exactly. I think that was the last thing that I had on my mind there.
This is just our opinions on what we think is the
Yeah.
best for the league. You guys obviously will have your say too, and Ross is going to come up with what he believes is the best for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and we're good with that.
Yeah, I would argue with the draft order, and we were saying it earlier, that it best resembles how the NFL would work. If a wild card team
Yeah.
moved up to the Super Bowl, they wouldn't stay in the same spot a wild card team would draft from. They would draft later on in the draft.
Exactly.
And that would be the same process we would take. So, with that being said, I'll put a time card in here, so if you guys just want to see the rules, you can. But week 13, guys, it's playoff time now.
Everyone's got a
essentially.
chance.
Everyone has a
Crunch
chance.
time,
Good luck,
man.
everybody.
It's crunch time. Good luck. And
This is what we were wanting, right?
Yeah.
We wanted everyone to be in it. Everyone have a chance. Honestly, it worked out well. We all still can make it.
Yeah.
Good luck to everybody.
All right, guys.
Bye bye.
See ya.